After the Torah, the next 9 books of the Bible are usually grouped together and called the former prophets. Basically, Israel's gone into the land that God has promised them, and now they're at a point where they're wanting to become like the other nations that are around them, and in a sense rejecting God and wanting a human leader, a king or a judge for their nation. The first book, Joshua, is basically a telling of Israel going into the promised land. God's promised them this plot of land, and basically they get it and they go into it, and it's a distribution of land, and it's the conquering of this land. The book that comes after Joshua is Judges. And basically it's the telling of Israel is wanting a leader, wanting to be like the nations around them, and so they ask God for a judge. And God gives them judges who basically rule over the people. After the Judges is a book called Ruth, which is only essentially put in this place because it introduces the reader of the Bible to the line of King David. And it tells the story of Ruth and her family. After Ruth comes Samuel, which is originally 1 book. In our Bible, it's 2 books, 1st and 2nd Samuel, which tell the story of the first king of Israel, Saul, and the next king, David, who you're probably familiar with. It also tells the story of prophets, Samuel and Eli. And then after that comes the book of Kings, which tells the story of Elijah and Elisha. And basically Israel had become this nation of pagans, people who had no idea who God was, what was going on, or what their roots were. And so there's these prophets like Elijah who are screaming at them from the outside of society and telling them to repent and to turn back to the Lord and to turn back to where they came from. Kings also gives an account of just the chronicles of the different kings over Israel and Judah and their reigns after that. And Chronicles is essentially just a retelling of Samuel and Kings through a different lens.